Hello, Jonathan. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. How are you? My name is Marlene. Sorry, I use my
Oh, that's
son's account.
right. What is your name again?
Marlene.
Marlene. Okay, welcome, Marlene. So, what is your name? What is your name? Where are you from, Marlene?
I'm from Panama, but I
Panama.
live in I live in Australia now,
Okay, Australia. Where exactly in Australia are you living?
and we Sunday coast.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So, all right. Well, good. And how long have you lived in Australia?
Yes, 4 months.
Okay, are you there for a long time or for a short time?
Yeah, for and permanent now.
Okay, awesome. So you have immigrated to Australia. Awesome. So,
Yes,
so yeah. So what time is it in Australia right now?
it's 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Okay, awesome. All right.
Yeah.
And
Where you been?
well, I am in Idaho, USA,
Okay.
and it is midnight here.
Right. Oh my
So
God.
so so my Friday just started. So um, yeah, and we have had Thanksgiving. So we just had a holiday today, and it was really fun. I had a very good day. So,
That's
hi,
right.
Shinyu.
Hello,
Hi,
teacher.
how are you today?
I feel very depressed.
Oh, yeah? I'm sorry to hear that.
No problem.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving Day.
Excuse me?
Happy Thanksgiving Day for you.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. Um, Thanksgiving Day just finished, actually. So, yeah. Hello, Mustafa. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Very good. Mustafa, can you remind me where you are from?
I am from Iraq.
Iraq. Awesome. What time is it in Iraq right now?
It is 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay, awesome. All right. And okay. And remember, if you guys are not speaking, please mute your microphone because sometimes there's background noise and so forth. All right. Thank you. All right. And again, for Mustafa and Jonathan, I mean, not Jonathan, Marlene, since you are new to me, I thought I'd tell you a little about me. My name is Holly, and this is my little guy right here. His name is Alpo, and I got him while I was living in Finland, and I lived there for 11 years. Um, I also, yeah, he's fun, but he's older now. He's 11, and he's
Oh my
definitely a
God.
senior dog. So in this picture, he's about 5, maybe. Um, but if you see the background, that is all snow when we were in Finland at the time. Um, see, I taught in Finland for 11 years, and I taught English in South Korea for just under 2 years, about 21 months. And I've also been teaching in the States. Um, and let's see, I've been teaching since 1994, and this is my third month teaching on Verbling. So that's just a little bit about me. So, and I really enjoy teaching these group classes because you guys are all from all over the world. So we have Marlene from Panama, who is living in Australia. We've got Mustafa from Iraq. You said Iraq?
Yeah, teacher, I said Iraq.
From Iraq, okay. And then we have Jinyu from China, and then I'm from the United States. So we're from everywhere, and it's actually quite fun. Then we have Dennis here, also who is from China as well. Dennis, where are you? Are you living in China, or you're living in somewhere else, right?
Hello, Dennis. Teacher is calling you.
Yeah, maybe
Oh, hi, teacher.
Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Uh,
So, do you live? You're from China, but do you live in China, or you live somewhere else, right?
I'm living in China.
You're living in China. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Excellent. So you're from China as well. Okay, and so awesome. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. The learning goals that I have for you guys today is to learn new vocabulary and phrases. So, new vocabulary and phrases. That is the goals I have for you. And then, of course, always to practice speaking to develop your fluency. Okay. And hi, Araceli, welcome. Good morning, Araceli. Are you able to speak?
Hello.
Hi, and everyone. Araceli is from Spain, and it's 8 a.m. in Spain, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So we have Araceli from Spain. We have Dennis from China, and then Marlene, who's using a different account, not Jonathan. Marlene from Panama, and Mustafa from Iraq, and Jinyu from China. So the topic today right now is apologies, excuses, and promises. How often, now Araceli, how often do you have to apologize to people?
Well, I don't think I'm in the need of apologizing very often, fortunately. But
Okay.
I try if I think I did a mistake to apologize all the time. But I don't think I have to. Well, I don't know. Depends. If you see that your behavior was wrong, I think it's quite healthy to apologize.
Yeah.
For example, with my kids, sometimes it's like I get angry with them, and then I think about it and I see, well, it was not their fault, but sometimes it was my fault because I was tired or whatever. And so I don't care. I say, it's okay, I'm sorry that I did that. Because I think that's a good example for them to do the same thing.
Yeah, I remember my mom actually did that once when I was in the first grade, and she came to my first grade class and pulled me into the hallway and to apologize to me. And then the teacher asked me what was that about, and I was so embarrassed in front of the whole class. I had to say, "Oh, she just came to apologize." But she just felt so bad about getting angry with me, and so that's how it happens. So anyway, so Dennis, to tell me, how often do you make excuses?
Excuses. Sometimes I made excuses when I don't want to go to work. I made excuses and I said I was ill. So I will not. I didn't go to the office.
And I think that a lot of people will make that excuse. So it is very common for people to make that excuse and say that they're ill when they're not to miss work or school. So, and hello, Igor, how are you doing today?
Hello, teacher. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Very, very good. Yeah, just finished Thanksgiving. So we just I went really well. Had a very good day. So I was very, very pleased with the holiday because, you know, family holidays, you never know if it's going to be a good holiday or not. So, but it had a great day. So
yeah, here you.
All right. Yeah. So Igor, tell us about the last promise that you made.
Well, the last promise I made was to myself.
Okay, and what was that? Or can you tell us?
The promise was to keep trying to develop my pronunciation, and I kind of failed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I have this course right now, and I got it just a week ago, and I still hasn't touched it.
Oh, okay. And is it a pronunciation course?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, got it. And it's just following what their tips. Okay. Right. Okay, Marlene, how often do you have to apologize for yourself or your family or anything?
Apologize while my son was doing something wrong. I get angry with him, and probably I being hard, more, I don't know, hard with him. So I feel really bad when I say, okay, you go into your room and stay there. So I feel really bad and go back and say apologize for him because.
So, yeah. So you've been basically. Sometimes we say you've been hard on somebody. If you want to use hard instead of hard with, we say hard on somebody. And
Yes.
Okay. And thank you. And Mustafa, tell me, how often do you make excuses?
Excuses.
All the time or never?
Sometimes I make excuses, but not all of time actually, a little bit. So it's not often. But sometimes I have to make some excuses, but a little bit. So not all of time, of course, when I need it.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had to apologize and you have no excuse when you apologize? That's the worst, I think. It's like, anybody? So.
I think there is always a reason for what to say.
Yeah.
So well, you can say that reason as an apologize. Yeah. Maybe that was a wrong reason, but
yeah,
people do things for certain reasons.
Well, I teach on Verbling, but I also have other classes outside of Verbling, and I think a couple days ago, I taught at our time, my time, 10 p.m. and 11 p.m., and then every Wednesday morning or Wednesday morning at midnight, I have a class. Well, I got off of the Verbling class right at midnight and totally forgot about the student. Completely forgot, and so I did not show up to class. Which is, something that you just don't do. You just don't miss work, right? And so I was getting ready for bed about 12:35, midnight, and I thought to myself, well, let me look at my calendar and see what my program is for tomorrow. So I opened up my calendar and I about died because here I had this class and I was 38 minutes late. I was like, oh no. So, but he was really cool about it. We figured out a different time to meet, and I was able to teach the lesson. But I felt so bad. But I didn't have an excuse because it was, I was just being I normally don't teach at 11 o'clock. That way I can prepare for his class, and I scheduled it. So, anyway, and Jinyu, tell us, how often do you make promises? How often do you make promises, or you can say, tell us one of the last promises that you made.
Few years ago, my salary was low. I promised to my wife I would get a promotion, but after a few years, I didn't get that promotion.
Mm-hmm.
My wife always complain about this.
Really? She's asking, where is that promotion? Where is that promotion? Yeah.
I continue to learn English, If I master English, I would change my current job and looking for a new job. That would be get more salary for my family.
Yeah, I'm sure your wife will appreciate it when you do that. So, and I'm sure you will too. Okay, so let's go ahead and match the phrases to their correct definitions. Okay, number 1, apologize for something. 2, forgive somebody for something. 3, make an excuse. 4, blame somebody for something. 5, explain something. 6, regret something. So, all right. So, Araceli, could you read letter A and see if you can match that to the right one?
To feel sorry or disappointed about something that you wish could be different. To regret something.
Okay. Regret something, yes. That is exactly correct. Regret something. Okay. And B, letter B. Jinyu, could you read that one?
Letter B, forgive somebody for something.
No, letter B. So across the way.
Oh.
Next one.
To letter B, to give a reason to explain why you did something wrong. 3, make an excuse.
Perfect. To make an excuse. Exactly. Okay, and Dennis, could you read the next one?
To make something clearer and easier to understand by giving more details about it. 5, explain something.
Yes. Okay, and Mustafa, could you read the next one?
Next one will be D, right? Right.
Yes.
To say that you are sorry for something, so it would be apologize for something.
Perfect. Oops, wrong. It's a 4. Okay. And then letter E. Igor, can you read that?
To say thing that a particular person is responsible for something bad or wrong that happened. Blame somebody for something.
Okay.
Teacher,
no, that's not right.
Yeah. D1 and E4.
Oh, D1, yeah, okay. Okay, thank you for noticing my typo. That was just a, okay. And and it looks like Marlene is coming in and out of the classroom, so we'll catch her later. F, to stop being angry with someone for something they have done would be to forgive somebody. To forgive somebody. Okay, so let's apologize. I mean, not apologize. I've been off for since Wednesday, and so now I feel like it's a Monday morning for me. So the day after a holiday. So anyway, let's go ahead and practice some of these. Igor, how often do you have to explain things? And do you enjoy explaining and teaching things to people?
Well, I don't think that I really need to explain something often, but sometimes, yeah, I do have to explain. And, explain something to someone. And do I like it? I think it depends on the receiver of explanation.
Oh, okay.
It's like, sometimes, I just remember this time when I tried to teach my father to use his mobile phone, his cellular phone. It was a torture. I was trying to explain everything to him, but he just couldn't adjust. He couldn't understand anything.
Did he ever use the cellular phone, or has he decided to stick with a landline?
Well, over time he got used to it.
Oh, so he was able to master it.
Yeah, but the first time when he got it, it was like, I don't. He just called me. And he's old phone for that.
Yeah.
But he called me and told me just to come and help him. I thought it would be, a really easy thing, like show him something, how to call or how to type a message or something like that. And even as easy a thing as just push their green button with their just to call, and he couldn't even remember that.
Yeah, it is for people who were not raised with technology. A lot of things that you think would be simple for people to remember, they just don't.
Well, yeah. I wasn't raised with technology as well. When I was a child, there were no cellular phones. There were just these clunky devices.
Yeah. But I mean, I wasn't either. But and I find technology really, really easy. But there are people my own age that really don't.
Well, I don't know. Like, problems. Everyone who tries to build technology, they just make sure this is easy to use it. And still, there are people who can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, when you compare, the thing is, when you compare the digital natives, for example, my 5- and 6-year-old nephews and niece, they get on a cell phone and start playing games, and they can't read yet, but they know how to download games, and they're very technically savvy already, and because they were raised around it, and they. Where I still can't figure things out, and they can figure stuff out real quick.
I can relate. I have a niece. She's just 3 years old. And she can perfectly use a computer right now. She can perfectly use her iPad, no problem. iPad, no problem.
Exactly.
Even my sister couldn't use them to their full potential, but she can. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think this is normal.
Yeah. Yeah. I can. Yeah. Are you guys familiar with the Wii? It's called a Wii.
Wii?
Yeah, it's called a Wii.
Like you and me?
Yeah, it's called a Wii. It's a.
It's a
gaming device, and my sister and her husband got one a few years ago, when the boys were 3 and their older sister was 4, and there were only 1 or 2 games they could play, but they loved it. We set it up about a month ago for them to start using again, and now they're 5 and 6. And they absolutely, I mean, they're better at it than any of us are. It's like, really? So in Araceli, your son's like that as well?
Yes, he's 4, but he has no problem with using a phone or downloading games. And sometimes, I don't know, I remember I don't have any games on my phone because I don't want them to go and play with it and break it. Yeah. So my husband has a lot of games, and I was with Hector, with my son, waiting for a doctor. So he was bored, and he said, let me play with your phone. And I said, I have no games. And he said, no problem, we can install some of them.
We'll
can
figure it out.
Some of them. I think, okay, I can fool him, and he's just 4.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know that we just I am upgraded to a Samsung Galaxy, and I have a Nokia, and my nephew has taken that as his phone, even though he can't make any calls, but he can use the Wi-Fi. So.
Yes, they really learn very, very quickly, but it's as you say, they are digital natives.
Yeah.
But for example, my daughter, she's older, but she doesn't like. Well, she's able to use them, but she's not so much addicted on games and all that. I think it's a thing of boys. special.
I think it depends on the personality too. So, all right, let's go on to another question. Marian, welcome back. It is quite common every once in a while for someone to have internet problems. Can you speak now?
I have a signal problems. Internet is really bad.
That happens to us all. I think every one of us have dropped out of the class, even me. So.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, let's see. Xinyu, talk to us. Forgive somebody. Do you find it easy to forgive people, or is it very difficult, or does it depend?
I'm a teacher. I often forgive my students for their mistakes. But for some colleagues, they don't like to forgive their children. I'm very jealous.
Who doesn't like to forgive their children? Colleagues. Some colleagues.
For some colleagues in my office, they are very strict to the students. They often punish the students.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mustafa, do you have any regrets?
Not actually.
Okay.
No, I don't have a lot of regrets, even though maybe I don't remember in the past, but no, I don't think so. The life is don't deserve.
No regrets, huh? Yeah. All right, Dennis. When was the last time you had the opportunity to blame somebody else for something?
Explain something, teacher.
When was the last time you had to blame somebody for something? Do you ever? Yeah, number 4.
I don't remember the last time.
That's good then. That's really good. Okay. All right. And do I create an echo when I unmute? No, you don't, Igor.
Teacher, can I talk?
Yes. Talk to us.
I give you a story, my daughter. My daughter often play my cell phone.
She always plays with? Yes.
My often like to play my cell phone, but a month ago, he burned my cell phone using fire.
She what?
She burned my cell phone.
Oh, really?
Using fire. She burned my cell phone using fire on the stove.
On accident?
On the stove.
He
put my cell phone on the stove and burn it.
Wow. Wow.
She felt this was very funny.
Really?
That made me angry. I have to hate her.
And you also had to forgive her too.
I have to forgive her. Finally.
And Igor, I totally read that. I wrote that wrong, didn't I? So I was writing on the chat to correct your grammar, and I wrote down the wrong word. I wrote down my daughter often plays with my cell phone. Fire, and it should be phone. So anyway, okay. Let's go on. So Dennis, number 1. Can you complete these sentences with the words from above? So can you do number 1?
Yes. Don't blank Tom for the mistake. It wasn't his fault. Don't blame.
Yeah. Don't blame Tom for this mistake. It wasn't his fault. Okay, excellent. Mustafa, can you read number 2?
Okay. What excuse did you make for not doing his homework?
Okay. What excuse did he make for not doing his homework? Okay. Number 3. Igor.
I regret not finishing school. I could have had a much better job now.
A much better job now. Okay. Number 4. Marion. Marion, are you able to speak?
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
For number 3. I think we should change regret into regretted. It's talk about the past tense.
Well, yeah, actually, it's not really past tense because it is what the person is feeling right now. Mm-hmm. So you can either say I am regretting or I regret, and we're using in this one it's actually the simple present because it's something that's right now and it's kind of constant. It's all the time. I regret not having finished school. Now you can make that into the past tense if you can say last week I was regretting about not finishing school. Actually, it was a past continuous about not finishing school, and I could have a much better job now. But when you consider the fact that this is an all the time feeling, then it's a simple present. So I like to call the simple present the all the time tense. So thank you, Jinyu, for your question.
I also have a question.
Okay, ask me.
Why it's not I could have had a much better job now?
Why is it I could have had a much better job now?
Yeah.
Not finished in school. I could have had a much better job. I could have a much. You could do. I could have had a much better job now. But the person chose this one. I could have a much better job now. Have had would also be the past to the present, where I could have. Man, yeah, this is a hard question. I hate this grammar stuff. So, I could have had. I could have. Both of them work. I mean, you could actually say, I regret not finishing school. I could have had a much better job now, and it has a slight different meaning, where basically I could have had is I could have had it in the past, which moves to the present, where I could have a much better job is something that I can. Oh, this is hard. That is is something that also could have happened in the past, but also is not completely continuing. That's a hard question to ask because it's really a gray line between those two tenses. I could have had and I could have.
Sorry, I like the line of thought, but I think I would personally use in this situation I could have had, and I think because I regret not finishing school, and it sounds like you're not going to finish it. You know?
Yeah.
So I could have had to indicate that this is condition that is not going to happen. You're just not going to meet the conditions to do this.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I'm more about could have had.
You could, yeah. I like that idea as well. So, all right. And Mustafa, you read something because he specified the time as I think. Yeah. So, all right, number 4. Arathali, could you read that one? Oh, she left. She said we'd be right back. Okay. Jinyu, can you read number 4?
Number 4. I apologized for my lateness. The traffic was just awful.
Okay. All right. And number 5, Marian, are you there yet? You able to speak?
Teacher.
Yes.
The wrong spell. Apologized.
I apologize. I know you would still. This would still be a present tense. I apologize for my lateness.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's my fault. It's my fault. You are right.
Not a problem. Not a problem. No reason to apologize. Yeah. I like it when people make mistakes in my class because then I know what to look for. So okay. Aratheli, no, she's not back yet, is she? She won't be right back. Dennis, yeah. Could you do number 5? Aratheli, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you do number 5?
Yes, of course.
Hi, Marian. Yeah?
Yes, apologize.
Yes. Number 5. Can you read the whole sentence?
Number 5.
Yeah.
Danielle's boss asked her to apologize. I don't know.
No.
Why she was so late for work.
Actually, it's not apologize. For this one, it's explain.
Explain.
Yeah.
Explain.
Yeah, to explain why she was so late to work. Will you explain why you're always so late to work? Well, I'm so sorry. Igor, that's a good question. I apologize for my lateness, or I apologize for being late. I would say that for most people will actually say I apologize for being late. I think it is more common than saying I apologize for lateness. So.
Okay.
So, and then number 5, Daniela's boss asked her to explain why she was so late for work. Okay. Number 6, Aratheli, are you back? No. Okay. Mustafa, can you do that one?
I think forgive me.
Yes. Forgive me. Yeah, and I feel like I have to always do that. I always have to ask people to forgive me for forgetting which country they're from. So, especially when there's a lot of different names from different countries and stuff like that. So, all right. Question for you guys. When you were kids, when you were in school, what type of excuses did you make for not doing your homework, Igor?
I don't know. Well, maybe it was some kind of a stupid excuse, like I forgot.
Okay, so I forgot.
Yes, I think it was the most common. I forgot.
Okay.
Or maybe I could say that I was taken by my parents to go somewhere, so I didn't have time for that.
So I was too busy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Dennis, can you think what were some excuses you gave for not doing your homework?
Normally, I finished my homework. When I didn't finish my homework, I would not make excuses.
Oh, really?
I just told my teacher I didn't finish it.
Okay. Wow, you made no excuses. Awesome. Marianne, how about you? What kind of excuses did you make?
Well, I remember I always tell my mom I feel sick or something like that, or lose my pencil or
lost.
Lose my pencil.
Lost the
When he
pencil,
told
lost
me
the homework.
when she told me, okay, bring your book and everything. I don't have the pencil, or I don't know. It was common things. Tip from my mom.
Okay.
To my mom.
Okay, thank you. And Mustafa. Okay, thank you. Mustafa, how about you? What kind of excuses did you make for not doing your homework?
Oh, okay. For not doing my homework, the main excuse will be like, I have an exam, I couldn't do my homework.
Oh, you have another exam, yeah.
Yeah.
Have an exam in another class. Okay. All right, now we've got two teachers in this class. We've got Jinyu and we've got Aratheli. So Aratheli, tell us, from a teacher's perspective, what kind of excuses do you hear for not doing your homework?
Well, I think the one that Mustafa just said is the most popular one. For example, this week and the following week, my students are having a lot of exams. That is true. But so they didn't do any homework. And when I write the exercises numbers on the blackboard and they say, okay, today you have to do these ones, and they say, we have to study a lot. We can't make some. We can do our homework. And I say, okay, instead of 5 exercises, you just have to do 2 exercises. But then the following day they come and say, no, we didn't do it because we were studying for another exam. So it's complicated.
Okay, so that's
usually they forget, or they say, well, I didn't have my book. That's very common. And then
didn't have a book. Okay.
Yes, I was. And another one, I didn't know there was a homework, and I always write the homework on the blackboard, so it's a very bad excuse.
That is.
But they say
it. That's pretty good. Didn't have book, didn't know, exam. Okay, Jinyu, can you think of any other excuses that you hear from your students?
And when I was teaching in the class, some students don't want to stay in the class. They often pretend sickness. They often raise their hand, and they often tell me, teacher, I feel very bad. I have to see a doctor.
Okay, so they fake sickness. That's a good one as well. You know, I'm sorry, I was in the hospital all last night. So okay.
Although I know that is a fake sickness, but I didn't disclose them.
Yeah. Well, I know as an employer, when my employees you know, when they were calling in and they weren't really sick, they were taking what we call, in English we call it a mental health day. A mental health day is when, I think Dennis was talking about this. A mental health day is when you call into work and say you are sick, but you you just need a day off. You need a day away. So, and that's what we call a mental health day. But I always knew when my employees were sick, or if they were calling in for a mental health day, you could just tell in the voice. So, oh, I'm so sick. Oh, yeah, right. So, okay, let's complete the conversation with the expressions in the box. And Okay, so we have, and there is a listening exercise, and I can send you guys the link. Araceli, in some countries you have to go to the doctor, in some countries you don't.
So it's easier if you just have to call. It's very easy to fake that you're ill. For example, I have to go to the doctor, and the doctor writes a paper for me that says it's a certificate that says I'm ill and I'm not able to work. But maybe you can lie to the doctor, but it's not as easy. I mean, you can say, I was very ill or something last night, and now I feel a little better. And maybe the doctor is going to believe you.
Well, when I was in Finland, I was there. I think it was a year 9 or a year 10. I was really starting to get it burnt out of my job. I was just really getting tired of doing the same thing. And so I would go to the doctor, I would call in sick, and then I would go to the doctor, sit down, and just say to the doctor, I need a certificate.
And he did it for you?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're quite nice.
Yeah. So I didn't have to actually tell the doctor why I was feeling. I just said I need a certificate. I was feeling sick. I wasn't feeling well. They knew it was all for what it was for, but
okay.
Yeah. Okay. There is a listening, and I've decided I'm going to choose to skip it, but I will send you the link for the listening if you guys want to go over it later. But let's see if we can figure out these dialogues without actually listening, okay? And dialogue 1, sorry I'm late. I was held up at the airport. B, that's okay. I just arrived myself. Dialogue 2, Igor, could you read A? And Araceli, could you read B?
I apologize for my behavior. I was under a lot of stress.
Never mind, I understand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, never mind, I understand. Okay, and then Zhenyu, can you read, for dialogue 3, can you read A? And Dennis, can you read B?
Sorry to keep you waiting. It won't happen again.
Yes. This is why
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it won't happen again. And this is why I chose not to do the listening. Don't worry about it. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting. It won't happen again. Don't worry about it. Number 4. And Mustafa, could you read A, and Marian, could you read B?
Okay. I really am sorry about this problem.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, let's B. This is dialogue 4, the next one. Right here. So, Marianne, do you see the next one? Dialogue 4?
Yes.
Okay.
I really am sorry about this problem.
Okay, and B. Okay, Mustafa, can you do B?
I think I sincerely think, but this not makes sense for me. I sincerely think so too. What you did was completely unacceptable. But the first one, I'm not sure about.
Okay, that doesn't sound right to you?
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, it didn't sound right to me when you said it because I had another answer and I was right. So, and for this one, it's I should think so too.
Oh, okay.
So, what you did was completely unacceptable? Yeah, acceptable. So, I should think so too. It's interesting because with this phrase, I should think so too. I don't normally hear that phrase when somebody is apologizing. So That sounds very strange to me, but anyway, it's there. So, okay, next one. We've got matter, worry, and afraid. So let's do dialogue number 6. We've got Igor, could you do A, and Araceli, could you do B?
We sincerely apologize for the late delivery.
Was is number 5 or number 6?
Oops. Yeah, what? Number 5. Oops. Let's do number 6.
So it was 5.
Okay, okay. I can do number 6. I'm afraid that's not good enough.
I'm afraid that's not
some sort of discount.
Okay. So we sincerely apologize for the late delivery. I'm afraid that's not good enough. I expect some sort of discount. Yeah, especially when you order something to come at so order something on 15 December to arrive before the 25th, and it never arrives. All right, dialogue 5. Dennis, could you do A, and Jinju, could you do B?
Number 5?
Yeah, dialogue 5, yeah.
Sorry about spilling coffee on your floor. I will get a mop.
It doesn't matter. The clean lady will clean it up later.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it doesn't matter. The cleaning lady will clean it up later. Okay, all right. And now complete the structures for apologize with a noun or verb, ing, infinitive, and subject plus verb. I'm sorry. I'm to be sorry about. Be sorry to. Sorry plus and apologize for. I do not understand what they're asking, so we're going to skip that. I apologize. I figure if I don't get it, we're going to skip it. So, okay, let's look at the dialogues again and study the expressions that the speakers use for promising actions. What structure is used? So that's probably what this is all about. So I apologize for my behavior. I'm sorry I'm late. I apologize for my behavior. Sorry to keep you waiting. I really am sorry about this problem. Sorry about spilling coffee on your floor. We sincerely apologize for the late delivery. So apologize for the late delivery. Okay. Let's match the following promises to the apologies below them. So I'll buy a new one. I'll give you a ring first thing tomorrow. I'll clean it up. I'll pay for the damage. I won't forget to bring it next time. I will make sure to contact you if it happens again. And A through F, I apologize for breaking your window. I apologize for not informing you about the change of lesson time. C, I'm sorry, I left your dictionary at home. D, I'm sorry for not calling you today. E, sorry about the mess I made in your kitchen. And F, sorry for losing the CD you lent me. So, number 1, Araceli, could you match that one with the correct answer? Hello?
Hello, are you there?
Okay, so I wasn't the one that dropped off. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jinju, can you do number 1?
Number 1, I'll buy you a new one. 4, sorry for losing the CD you lent me.
Okay. Excellent. That would be the one for
F.
me too. F. Excellent. Okay. And Mustafa, can you do number 2?
I'll give you a ring first thing tomorrow.
And what would that be with?
Okay, let's see. I apologize for breaking the window. I apologize for not informing you about the chance of the message. I'm sorry I left your dictionary. I'm sorry for not calling you today. I'm sorry for not calling you today.
Perfect. Okay. 2. Okay, and oops. D. Okay, and Marion, could you do number 3?
I will clean it up.
And what would that match with?
Sorry about the mess I made in your kitchen.
Perfect. Okay, and then Igor, could you do the next one?
No, pay for the damage. Sorry for breaking your window.
Yeah, sorry for breaking your window. Perfect. And Dennis, number 5.
I won't forget to bring it next time. I'm sorry I left your dictionary at home.
Okay, but thank God for smartphones and online dictionaries now. So, okay, number 6, Araceli.
I will make sure to contact you if it happens again. I apologize for not informing you about the change of lesson time.
Okay, excellent.
This one is for you.
Yeah, I still can't believe I did that. You know, I felt so bad, and you know, when we met the next day, I apologized profusely, and he said, "Oh, Holly, don't worry, we all make mistakes." And I was like, "Thank you." You know.
I think the same is sometimes you have to forget something. You are not perfect. No one is perfect.
Yeah, it's true. Unless it happens all the time. You know, if you have a class and you're like you're forgetting to go, it's like no, it's not good. So, and I had a teacher that I fired one time that he just was not going to class. So it's like, well,
I like this.
You like what?
You said you were fired.
No, I wasn't. No. I had a teacher. I had a teacher that I hired, and 6 weeks later I fired him because he was not
always late.
Yeah, no, he wasn't late. He just didn't come at all. So, and was not emailing, was not communicating. So,
it's not, I think it's not the same thing. If it happens once, it's okay, but if it happens once and again, then you have a problem, of course.
Exactly. The first time that somebody makes a mistake, you forgive them. The second time, the third time, you know, if it happens more than once, that's not a good thing. It's not a good sign. I mean, there are, you know, sometimes if something happens and it's like for online teaching, if a person lives in a country where the internet goes down a lot, and that happens sometimes with people, then you know there's really nothing you can do. So, yeah.
I like your character. You are like me.
Oh, thank you. I like you because you always build me up. It's great. I love that. Okay, so thank you very much for your time and attention. And would you guys like the link to the recording and this lesson? Let me know.
Wonderful teacher. Please give me the link. After class, I will listen to the link.
Okay, excellent. Let me get that right now. Okay, and I will put that on the chat. There'll be 2 links, one for the worksheet and also one for the listening. So, okay, all right. Thank you very much, you all. And
where is the link? I can't see the link.
Okay, I haven't put it up yet. Bear with me a moment. Okay, so the link for the listening is, bear with me.
Teacher, Can you put the link in the Google chat box?
Yes.
My Wobbling chat box doesn't work.
Oh, okay. In the classroom. Okay. And the Verbling chat box doesn't work. Okay, so it's in the main chat box then. Okay. Okay, that's for the link. Okay. And then the other link is here. Bear with me a moment. I try to remember to do this before class, and I always forget. So, okay.
I got it. Thank you, teacher.
Got it. Okay. And here's the other link. Bear with me. Link for the actual material. There's the listening, and then there's the material link. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.
Teacher,
bye.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.